Thank you, Hazel.
Okay, thank you. The 9th frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this second session of what should prove to be, well, very interesting indeed. Hossein Vafaei, you feel, would have to win this little mini session 3-1. He'll have that at the back of his mind, but he's up against the greatest player ever to pick a cue up.
I'm hoping to play the way in this second session that he played in the second session against Ding Junhui, where he was outstanding. It was a really good performance, actually, to take that last frame of the session yesterday. It showed a lot of character to want to stay in this match.
There's very little to separate them in the safety department of this match so far. Ronnie's probably one of the best tactical players in the game, as well as, well, the all-time great break builder.
Ronnie was hugely impressive yesterday. 100% focused on the job in hand. Really did a truly professional job on his opponent.
See, he's got his opponent trapped here. Hossein just tapped the table in acknowledgement of that fine safety, because there's no easy escape down the left side of the table looking at that picture. Can't see anything on the other side of the table, so that's why I'm having to give this a little bit of thought. Sometimes you can stand there and you just can't see a safety shot. Can't run through into the jaws of the pocket because of that red that's to the right of the black. Yeah, he's well and truly trapped here. So it's the two cushion escape. He may have missed them altogether with the first attempt. That was close, though.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Ronnie had a quick glance, but he'll have it replaced. It wasn't far away from being, have a look at that, just a slight adjustment. But as long as he doesn't overdo the adjustment, he could have another go at that. But then if he missed again, he'd be warned he could lose the frame, because he can see reds on.
Yeah, Ronnie?
I'm just thinking, should I play the same shot again or try something different? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful shot. Well, he picked that out magnificently. won't see a better safety shot than this, hitting the cushion first and finding that gap. What about that one, Stephen? That's out of your book, is it?
Yeah, very clever. But he's back in trouble again. He's got to try and stay with Ronnie in these tactical exchanges. He's basically got to try and play as well as he can possibly play to date. Bit speedy.
He may have a go at this, Ronnie. This red will pass the other red, as you can see, and he can avoid canning into the blue here. Wonderful. Oh.
One.
For a moment, I thought the white was going to drop in, but wonderful cueing there. Well, if this red's dead straight, it's so easy to get on the pink. Black out of commission at the moment.
6.
Well, it's not straight, but he can still play a good positional shot. And the pink,
7.
when it goes back on its spot, is still going to be available into a few pockets. So he'll ignore the black for the time being.
Thirteen.
He's still okay with that pink. He cannoned a couple of reds, but it didn't affect the position of the pink. It's still available. But every shot's got to be very precise when you've got them close in like this. The white only
14.
moving roughly around 6 inches to 12 inches with each shot. Series of little stun screw shots. It's wonderful to watch, but takes a long time to perfect this sort of play.
$20. $21.
Quite a few players would practice this sort of routine with the reds in and around the pink spot area, just practicing little
27.
stuns and screws. It's a good way if you're starting off playing the game, but it's difficult if you ever try it.
28.
Well, so far from the opening red, which was stunning as a piece of cueing and a piece of ball striking, it's been absolute perfection in cue ball control.
34.
What wasn't the most straightforward table when he came to pot that first red
35.
He's now developed it into quite a straightforward opportunity to win the frame at this visit, just through having complete control over that cue ball.
It's quite an amazing break because the whites never left that area, just in that little area of the
41.
table. Every shot's played. It's the first time he's had to run away from them.
42.
He'll actually be a little bit irritated at that shot because he's not perfect on the colour here. He deals in millimetres in terms of precision in positional play, and that was quite a springy bounce off the black cushion there. Played for
47.
one of these two reds, and to the right of the black spot to left corner. And that cue ball flew off the cushion. Oh, I made that look easy. He made that
48.
look easy. Any slight decel going through the cue ball there, and the cue ball just, there's no action on it at all. But that is
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
very,
48.
very surprising miss.
Well, he never looked like missing. He was in with close control all the way through, and then a little lapse in concentration. The only good thing from Ronnie's point of view is the pink's gone safe. But straight away,
One.
Hossein might be able to develop the pink and reds from this shot here. He could cannon them out. I thought he would have done it there, but you know, after this next red and blue, he's got to play the cannon.
6.
Well, you could probably call this a
7.
half chance to win the frame, but being 6-2 behind, it's got to be treated as a full chance to win the frame for Hossein Vafaei. These are the chances he's got to take to get back into this match. I think I'd try and play the cannon, the red to the right of the pink as we look. I think I'd cannon that one because that red's going to go towards the right corner, the other one towards the left corner. Oh, but don't take your eye off the pot. He's not going to get back into this match missing those.
How many times do we see that player concentrating on the cannon, take your eye off an easy pot, and it costs you the frame?
1.
Already 51 ahead, so just needs this red.
6.
But there's plenty more to come here.
7.
I hear a lot of people saying what a great front runner Ronnie O'Sullivan is. He's good under any sort of circumstances, even if he's behind.
14.
Yeah, you'll be able to count on your hand the amount of colours off the spot like that pink Ronnie will miss in a match, sometimes in a whole tournament, but certainly in a match. So if you don't take advantage of those, you're not going to beat them.
20. 21.
That was almost straight, that pink, but he still managed to force an angle. Something you can do on these very lively cloths.
27.
It looks as if it's straight and you can force an angle.
98. $34.
Doesn't matter about the yellow.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Might still go in the pocket. Hang on a minute. Nearly dropped in, but it was the earlier break of 48. Hossein did have a chance, but he missed that easy blue. And Ronnie O'Sullivan extends his lead. It's now 7 frames to 2.
Frame 10, Hossein Vafaei to break.
Well, he'll have to play better break-off shots than that, because he's left Ronnie with a possibility here of getting in early. I think it's going to pull up just in time.
1.
Yeah, just a safety shot. You can't be taking your green on with the cue ball in the jaws of the pocket. Well, it's in the jaws of the pocket
Ronnie
now.
O'Sullivan 1.
He had to make that plant. It was just going to the left of the pocket, but look where he's left the cue ball. It's difficult to get it out of that situation there. No attempt at the pot there, just safety.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Well, chance of a pot to the right corner. How aggressive is he going to be? Is he going to try and the cannon to the left of the black? Or is he going to go for the gap? Get the cue ball back at the table. The latter. And the most important thing, he potted the red.
1.
Nice pot, this. Needs another one.
6.
Just on this red in such a way, can he avoid? He can't avoid the cannon, so he'll have to put the black on with his cannon, which he's done nicely.
7.
At the moment, those reds are all blocking each other.
Put the knife down, please. Thank you.
He's got the one loose red there to the left of the pack. The one near the middle pocket's a bit tight. Well, he's looking at the plant there because they're all covering each other, as I said. But I think I'd prefer to play it maybe with a little bit of side and try and cannon one of the reds. And he's playing for the plant. And there's a bit of distance between them.
14. $22. 23.
A little bit of a scare there. Didn't pot that red cleanly. Has got a chance to go into the 5 reds here. It's a nice angle on the black. A little cannon on the right 2 of the 5. Chose not to bother. I think that was a good opportunity
30.
to bring everything into the open.
31.
Unless this red goes, yeah, I thought he would go into the reds there because he had the one that he's just potted as a little bit of insurance with the cannon and the reds. Hadn't worked out. But anyway, he's still at the table. That's the main thing from his point of view. Has he spotted another? Well, yeah, that red goes. That's the
38.
reason. We can tell from this side because we're right in line with it that it goes. He's just making sure, but the camera never lies.
$39.
He's looking at a potential plant into the right corner now. Got the loose red. Not a problem with that. Is this plant on? Must be. Otherwise he wouldn't have put the white there. It's not
44.
directly. It's similar to the previous one he got. Oh, and that's a bonus.
45.
He's brought that red into play. He's played that shot. Very clever. I think he got quite a few plants in his match against Ding Jiawei. Because they were talking about calling him the gardener, but I don't like that nickname. I think the Prince of Persia suits this man.
51.
Just a little bit
58.
careless with that cue ball there. Only 2 or 3 pots away from securing this frame. Yeah, well done.
59.
Green We'll put him 60 ahead with 59 on, but definitely needs to pot more at this visit. Oh, that's incredible. He's missed
Hossein Vafaei,
the easiest
59.
frame ball.
That's unforgivable.
But you know, I was going to say, Dennis, it all stemmed from the careless shot of the black, didn't it? Not getting on the red properly.
Yeah, you called it at the time. He just overhit it, and it would have been a straightforward run to the line. But you've also got that added pressure of knowing that Ronnie O'Sullivan, if you make a mistake, is coming to the table next, and that adds a lot of pressure just thinking about that.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen.
Yeah, he looked at the scoreboard there. He's got to stay on
17.
the black, so this is a key shot. There's a good angle to bring the black into play, or bring the red into play, I should say. Oh, look at this shot. Look at the shot he's just played.
24.
That's perfection with that positional shot there.
Yeah, and when you're Hossein Vafaei, you're 7-2 down against Ronnie O'Sullivan. You miss that green, you fear the worst straight away.
25.
Let's see what kind of angle he can get on the yellow in order to get close to the green. Absolute perfection.
Look at the scoreboard. He can now
31.
pinch this frame by 1 point.
Well, I know the black to lift the red was
33.
a beautiful shot, but that pink to yellow was the shot of the break for me. It was absolutely to the inch. Couldn't have picked up the cue ball with his hand and placed it better.
Well, he's
36.
played it now as we show you the shot that Stephen alluded to there. Played with reverse side, pinpoint accuracy.
40. $45. $51.
This will hurt Hossein Vafaei, this clearance. It should have been 7-3, but what a clearance from Ronnie O'Sullivan. And he extends his lead. He's pinched that frame and now leads 8 frames to 2.
Frame 11. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Well, arguably, Hossein Vafaei could have won both these opening frames, and that's why he emphasised in the first frame when he had that half chance, why those were so important to get back into this match. And every time you do miss those chances, it deflates you more and more and more until you can tell with the body language you don't put everything into that long pot. It just didn't seem to be committed to it. These multi-session matches, when you go a few frames behind, it's such a horrible place to be.
Might just be okay. He's hampered slightly here, but
8.
he's hampered again.
9.
This time it's not so easy. I mean, you can't force this because bridging like that, it's awkward. That was about the best he could do.
$16.
Just looking at the angle there, it's quite a cutback. It's not straightforward, this one. That wasn't easy, that one. Well, I was going to say he's got away with it. The reds come over the pocket, but how do you get to it? As we show you, the reds spread around the table, but missed the pot. But he's going to need a little bit of help to get to this. I don't know if he can reach it, just lean over and do it with the normal spider. Yeah. Still a bit of a stretch, though. Going to put the rest on top of the spider. Ray Reardon, 6 times champion of the world, was the first one I ever seen do that.
I need to be taller.
Foul.
Oh, he must have just touched the...
Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Not sure which one he touched, but referee Paul Collier, let's have a look. Yeah, touched it with a cue. That can always happen. Even with the rest on top of the spider, it was difficult.
One.
Very unlucky there because the blue was over the pocket, so you'd have thought anywhere once he potted the red he'd be okay, but the red's blocked the blue. Pink won't go past the other red.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Hossein's looking to see if he plays this red, is he going to avoid the cannon on the red to the left of it? The one he's playing to, maybe it's a shot to nothing to the right corner. So I don't think that red goes to right corner, so this thinner one to the left corner. The blues obviously sitting there waiting.
One.
Yeah, even stretching around, this shouldn't be a problem because he's got the two reds there in the middle of the table. He can drop on choice of them. Well, what's he done here? Well, stretching around didn't help because he wanted to leave the white in the middle of the table. He had a choice of 3 or 4 reds, and the only possible one now is the one into the left middle pocket. Don't think he'll cannon the brown if he pots this. Oh.
7.
Any more pace, that red wouldn't have dropped.
Thank
11.
The only thing when potting the pink, it goes back on its own spot, it might just be okay. I think when it's respotted, it will be available into the right corner and the left middle. There's plenty of room there.
18.
Yeah, I think it's still available. Not from this position, he'd be playing for the blue here, but we know the pink's on also, as you can see from that picture. In fact,
19.
he's played across for the pink. And he's back where he was in the previous frame, in around the pink, playing little stun screw shots.
25.
Yeah, it's all very comfortable, isn't it, for Ronnie in this match? He's not been put under any pressure. Hossein Vafaei has had chances. Okay,
26.
the first frame was a half chance, but missing that blue off the spot's unforgivable. The green also in the last frame. At this level, you just can't miss those pots. And his safety, I can't remember a time where he's had Ronnie tight on the baulk cushion. So it just all adds up to Ronnie being in his comfort zone.
Just spotted something on the white, yeah. From Hossein's point of view, when you lose a little bit of confidence, I mean, this game is so precise. If you're a fraction out, you can miss shots like the green he missed, which was frame ball. It's all about confidence, and when you lose that little bit of confidence, it is so tough out there.
But he is playing the most intimidating player
32.
there's ever been to play against. Because you just know when he gets in, he's not
33.
going to miss anything easy. That pink into the left middle was, well, it'll be a shock to his system. Ronnie's, never mind, a shock to mine when I seen it. He just always pots the balls he's supposed to pot.
39.
And that's the secret. It's the easy ones that cost you.
40.
And that's why Ronnie wins so much, because he doesn't miss the easy ones ever, or hardly ever.
I'll tell you what, that's quite a few pinks he spotted in the last 2 frames, because he's been in and around
46.
that area for quite some time. Frame safe.
47.
Played 1-3 in this session.
$53. 54. 61. 62.
I wouldn't put it past him knocking this red into a potable position. Not quite. But he could double it. He's on a break of 68. Still a possible century, but he'd need a fabulous double here. Or a treble. Well, that's an unusual double. Oh. No century break, but once again, just the one chance that Ronnie O'Sullivan makes a frame-winning break, and he extends his lead even further. It's now 9-2.
Frame, Hossein Vafaei to break. One.
If the pink's not available, you would think he would pot the blue and cannon into it, but he's now looking at the yellow to get on the 2 reds. That's to the right of the bunch. Black's in an awkward spot, so you wouldn't call it a decent chance here.
3. 4.
Well, the yellow screw shot to the red was a beautiful strike, and sometimes that can be enough to just give you a little bit of a lift when you hit a shot perfectly. again at the moment. This is just a half chance, but well, how has he done that, Dennis? Can you explain that one? I give him 10,000 shots at that. He'll never do that again.
9.
Has he gone through that gap? He's arced the white. Look, the white's arced, and well, as you say, you could stand there for a year and never do that again.
Hossein Vafaei, 9.
As I say, when you're lacking in confidence, everything becomes difficult, and the game's so precise, you know, fraction out, and you can miss anything. That wasn't easy, the shot he took on, but he's usually so good at that type of shot. And this is a free shot for Ronnie. He'll be on the black if this goes in up into the corner.
Six. Hossein Vafaei, 6.
Doesn't make many errors with his safety, Ronnie, but catching the blue was one there. One good shot here. The red at the back of the bunch goes, the one up above the pink and in the open's available. So there's a few reds to play on here, but so really, well, it's a must-win for him. It's as simple as that. Go to the mid-session interval, 10 to 2 down. Listen, 9-3 behind's a mountain to climb, but at least at the moment, Hossein will be playing for a bit of pride here, just to show people what he can do, and show us the way he played against Ding Junhui when he was excellent.
16. 17. $24.
Not a great angle on the black. It's going to have to get a lot of left-hand side on this cue ball. Didn't quite get enough.
32.
Well, this is a big shot. And 100% can't guarantee on the position. And, well, you've got to pot the red.
Hossein
Just signs
Vafaei,
that this match
32.
could be the beginning of the end for Hossein Vafaei. Even though he took that red on, you could tell he wasn't 100% committed to it.
Eight. Nine.
It's a great feeling as a snooker player when you're out there and you know that your opponent is
16.
basically not giving up, but it's got nothing really left to give in the match. You've obviously taken the life out of his game with the first session. That's what these multi-sessions, you can win them in that first session just by doing the damage that Ronnie did to Hossein Vafaei yesterday.
24.
Well, it's not a straightforward
25.
run to the winning line in this frame before the mid-session interval, because of the red near the cushion, but we know how good Ronnie is at removing them.
31.
He'll already have
32.
his own little plan in the back of his mind how he's going to bring that difficult red into play.
Yeah, well, the other red that's in the bulk area is absolutely perfect because he can pot that and get nicely on the green
39.
to move the red. That'll be, I'm sure, part of the plan. May do it now if he's got the
40.
angle on the green.
Yeah, because he's got the other red in play as well. So, yeah, I feel certain he'll do that. He's just having a little think about it, but you would think he would play it now, because if he doesn't push the one on that's on the cushion, he's got the other that's nearest the cue ball, but he might go about it differently. No, he has moved it. That was always the shot.
$43. $44.
Just like a practice session for Ronnie.
49.
He's always like that. I think we talked about it yesterday.
50.
The one player that plays exactly the same as he does on the practice table. He's able to take it out into the match arena.
I would say he probably plays better out here than in practice because he's a competitive
55.
animal out there. Serial winner.
57.
He just wants to destroy, take apart his opponent every time. That's exactly what he's doing here in the second round. Dismantling Hossein Vafaei.
60.
You can't do anything when you're in your seat, and he's been in his seat quite some time in this match.
64.
Funny, sometimes when you listen to Ronnie, he says
69.
he was a better player when he was 14. I'm sure he was brilliant, but how can you play much better than this?
75.
Well, what a display from the
82
Rocket
on the
Ronnie
phone, Ronnie
O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan.
He's played 4 frames here this afternoon, and he's taken all 4. And now he's just 2 away from victory. He leads Hossein Vafaei by 10 frames to 2.
points, Ronnie's.
Well, I can't see the interval changing things around. Hossein Vafaei will be hoping that that happens, but
The 13th frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
every possibility now that he could win the match in this little mini session. Hossein will be trying to make sure that he does come back for the final session.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, I think, if Ronnie doesn't win the match now in these 4 frames. Just sort of reading the body language of Hossein Vafaei, looks beat.
Well, he's got an early chance here. Once that red collided with the yellow, it was always going to be on. I'll be taking the long blue on because at this stage, Hossein will just go for everything that's available to him, easy or hard. You can see enough of the pink, which is a bonus. But there we go.
Hossein Vafaei 1.
Maybe he's got away with this. Nothing potable. Does that one to the right of the black go? Well, it does. It's a thin cut, but it will go. And the mood that Ronnie's in, he'll probably get this. He's in a great place at the moment out there in the Crucible Theatre. I'm sitting next to the king of the Crucible, and the player at the table out there is trying to
7.
overtake Stephen Hendry's record of 7 world titles. It's all very fascinating stuff.
Well, of course, it's Ronnie's record too. Obviously, he's won.
8.
He's won the 7, but that was a careless shot. So it just shows even Ronnie's not immune from just little lapses in concentration because he's so far in front.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 8.
I'm not sure if Ronnie knew anything about that when he played the safety shot. He's on the pink, obviously. It's an acute angle, so he's going to lose the cue ball up the table. Next, he can play a little delicate little shot. Not easy. Pot to a blind pocket, which means in his eye line now, the pocket's not in his eye line. So that's what we mean when we say a blind pot.
Hossein Vafaei 1. One.
Could have worked out a bit better, that one. He's got one to the middle pocket, but he's badly hampered. He
8.
didn't want to cannon that red. He just wanted to miss that, and he would have opened them all up. But there is a slight angle, so he may be able to leave a pot on the black. Awkward, though.
No.
Everything's very comfortable for Ronnie at the moment.
$16. $17.
Next over, want to switch up with these on side.
Actually, a different little pressure actually comes on Ronnie now in this little session because he can win the match in this session. Give himself an extra day off.
24.
That's your focus now.
25.
Yeah, Mark Allen was in the studio talking about his match, and he had to come back for one frame against Stuart Bingham, who
32.
didn't really get a chance to play against Mark Allen. But Mark said, if I'd have won that last frame, I could have had a lie in this morning. He had to get up and win that one frame that got him into the quarter-final. But it's all building up very nicely. I think it's going to be one of the best World Championships we've had for quite a number of years.
40. $41.
Yeah, and you'd have to say in this half of the draw,
48.
the departures of Sean Murphy, Mark Williams,
49.
Judd Trump. It's opening up for the defending champion. Okay, still good players. Some great
56.
players still left. But it's just, it's looking very hard to think that he's, find a reason for Ronnie not getting to the final, Dennis. Normally you look down the draw and think, well, that's going to be a tough match, that's going to be a tough match. And no disrespect to other players, but it's just with the players that have gone out, it's opening up.
64.
Just caught the jaw, so
Sullivan
the red
64
didn't drop,
on the frame.
but that doesn't matter. The rocket marches on, and now he leads by 11 frames to 2.
The 14th frame. Hossein Vafaei to break.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Hossein Vafaei, because of his pre-match talk and the second frame break-off, if he loses this afternoon, he's going to have not going to be the most comfortable press conference after it. He's going to have to answer some questions. I think one it's a small incentive for Hossein, but even just to annoy your opponent, the fact they have to come back the next day, isn't it?
One.
Well, this is an excellent opportunity here, where the reds, look at those reds lined up.
You've gone early, Dennis. You've gone very early. I like it.
8. 9. $16. 17.
This will open a few more up here. I think he's got
24.
something on his mind here. Something that he's done on 15 occasions. He's made the maximum break. I'll never ever forget the
25.
one. I was in the commentary box with John Virgo when he made that maximum break, and well, we've been saying for years 5 minutes 20 seconds. Apparently it was 5 minutes and 8 seconds when they rounded it down.
32.
Still, I believe the greatest thing seen in any sport at any time. I'm biased, obviously, for snooker, but it was an absolute phenomenon.
Karen Wilson has made a wonderful maximum break here in this year's Kazoo World Championship, and at the moment in line for £55,000. That's £40,000 bonus for a maximum, £15,000 for the high break.
40.
If
41.
it did happen again, the prize would be shared.
$48.
The four reds below the pink, they're kind of covering each other. So those are going to be the problem here. I mean, he could play topspin. We run inside into those four reds off this black.
$56.
Well, the crowd sense something very special here. He's got another record. He's made 3 maximum breaks at the Crucible Theatre, jointly held by the man sitting next to me. Oh, it might be a little awkward. Can he pot this one next to the pink as we show you the split to develop everything? Is he just okay? Oh, no. Oh, what a shame.
65.
But now he's just going to make sure of the frame. So your record's still intact, Stephen. Joint holder of the number of maximums made at the Crucible.
Well, we've got 2 146s, a 147.
70.
If he pots blacks from here on in and clears the table, we'll have a 145 as well.
71.
But getting back to the match score, he's now got 2 chances to win this match in this session.
78.
12-2, 2 frames remaining.
79. $86. $87.
Oh, the flick's okay. In fact, it's helped the situation. The flick on the green couldn't have worked out better. The white would have been on the cush otherwise. Already made 1
92.
century break and frame 6.
$99.
How's the cannon? Oh, does it pass the green?
107.
Fabulous century break there. Not quite, but believe it or not, that's 1,200 century breaks that Ronnie O'Sullivan has made in his career, and now he's just 1 place away from a place in the quarter-final.
Thank you. The 15th frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Well, I suppose, obviously he's losing this match. Could he
8.
go out in a blaze of glory with his own 147? Suppose that's all he's got to sort of take from
9.
this championship now. But he's landed awkward on this black.
Okay. 15. $16.
Two options here. Either screw into the bunch, leave himself the red to right corner, or topspin off the left cushion for a choice of 2 to the right corner.
Hossein Vafaei 16.
About this performance.
Yeah, he's totally deflated. There's just no confidence there at the moment.
One. Eight.
Ronnie O'Sullivan has dealt Hossein Vafaei a harsh lesson about life at the crucible,
9.
at the top level. May choose to go into the red above the pink here, bring the reds into play. Decided to play for one of the open reds. And it's something
14.
that's I've noticed in his break build in the last few years, actually. He used to play
15.
open the reds up as quickly as possible, but now he plays a more, it's a more difficult way of going about it, but because of his cue ball control, he can play the way he plays.
Yeah, I remember when he was working with the great Ray Reardon,
22.
probably a lot on his tactical game, but he started
23.
coming to tournaments and break building the way Ray used to do, because the cloths were heavier, the balls were heavier, and he used to just knock 1 or 2 reds out at the time. And Ronnie went through a spell where that's how he was making breaks. I suppose it was just like a little tribute to the great Ray
30.
Reardon. But nowadays the players,
31.
because they're so lively, the cloths, they'll go into the bunch and they seem to spread out much nicer. Does this pass the blue? If it does,
38.
okay, the cannon didn't work out. He only developed a couple of reds there. The red obviously passes the blue because he's round planning for his next shot.
$39.
He already looked at that red. Now he's looking at the one next to the pink, so there may be a couple of reds still available.
$46. $47.
Yeah, absolutely love what he's done in these last 2 days. It's been absolutely brilliant to watch him. Absolutely. And let's be frank, humiliate his opponent.
54.
He's taken him apart. And for me, it's been great to watch.
He knows it's all over more or less, but he's a wonderful talent, is Hossein, and he will be back. You'll be seeing quite a lot of him because he's a terrific player. Regardless of what went on and
55.
a little bit of needle and everything, he will be back, and it'll be another bit of experience to add to his belt.
$61. $62.
And the number of times I've sat in the commentary box and watched people like Stephen Hendry, Steve Davis, all the great world champions finish a match off in style.
69.
It's already a match-winning break, and there's every chance it might be a match-winning
70.
century. And what a way that would be to finish back-to-back centuries. It's going to be difficult because of the red on the cushion.
$74. 75.
Going to have to leave a difficult red now. They'll play it left-handed.
He's going to take some beating, Dennis, in this championship.
81.
Yep, he's using the rest. I thought he would play left-handed. He certainly is, Stephen. And even that's gone in.
82.
Oh, this is a wonderful shot. He was tucked up on the cushion there. And look where he's got the cue ball to. Tight on the cushion, and he's forced the black in
89.
to give himself a chance to finish with another century.
91.
Yeah, there's great players
94.
left in this championship, but this is a strong, strong message that the defending champion is sending out.
$98.
Back-to-back centuries from the rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan. And just listen to this crucible crowd. They're loving every minute of this.
109.
Watching an unbelievable talent and a genius at work. And Ronnie O'Sullivan finishes this match off with back-to-back centuries, and there's a great big hug, and that is lovely to see. That is fantastic, and big smiles from Hossein. I'm delighted to see that. Well played, Ronnie O'Sullivan. You were just too good, and you take the match 13 frames to 2. Well done, boys.